May 12th, 2025, Madison Square Garden. Jayson Tatum goes down. Torn Achilles, season over, career in question. And every single Celtics fan watching thought the same thing. We're done. 41 wins without him. So let me ask you something nobody in the NBA wants to answer right now. Why does Jayson Tatum still start? Before you click off, I already know what you're thinking. They played bad teams. The schedule was soft. It doesn't count. And honestly, you're not completely wrong. But here's what nobody is telling you. Here's what ESPN won't say. Here's what the Celtics fan base doesn't want to hear. The Boston Celtics, without their franchise player, their five-time All-Star, their entire identity, were a different team. And I'm going to prove it to you in 3 parts. Part 1, the record nobody talks about. Part 2, the players who actually won those games. Part 3, the question that changes everything about these playoffs. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you're going to question everything you thought you knew about this team. Let's start with the basics. 41 and 22. That's the Boston Celtics record without Jayson Tatum this season. 41 wins, 22 losses, in 63 games without their best player. You know what that record gets you in the Western Conference? A playoff spot. Think about that for a second. The Celtics, missing their franchise player, playing at a level that would qualify for the postseason in the toughest conference in basketball. Without him. But here's where it gets interesting. Because not all 41 wins are created equal. Critics will tell you, and they're not wrong, that a chunk of those wins came against the Jazz, the Nets, the Wizards, teams that were actively trying to lose. And that's fair. But let me show you what those same critics conveniently leave out. Without Jayson Tatum, the Celtics had the #1 offensive rating in the entire NBA. Tied with the Nuggets. The same offensive rating, the same defensive efficiency, the same net rating, second only to the Thunder, without their best player. Explain that. Which brings me to part 2. Because if Tatum wasn't there, who was? 3 names, remember them. Jaylen Brown, Peyton Pritchard, Derek White. Jaylen Brown, the most important Celtic this season, and it's not even close. Without Tatum, Brown didn't just step up, he transformed. 29 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. The best season of his career. And Peyton Pritchard, the guy nobody talked about in October, became the heartbeat of this offense, hitting threes, running the offense, winning 6th Man of the Year. 6th Man of the Year, on a team missing its franchise player. In a contract year. Ice cold. And Derek White, the most underrated Celtic, locked down every assignment, dropped clutch shots when it mattered, and quietly became one of the most valuable two-way players in the entire Eastern Conference. So here's the question nobody wants to ask. Did Tatum's absence actually free this team? Think about it. More touches for Brown, more freedom for Pritchard, more accountability for White, a system that stopped depending on one player and started depending on 5. And it worked. And then Tatum came back. And everything got complicated. Because on one hand, this is Jayson Tatum, 5-time All-Star, top 10 player on the planet when healthy. The guy who averaged 26 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists before his injury. You don't bench that. On the other hand, since Tatum came back, the Celtics lost to the Knicks. They lost rhythm. They lost the offensive flow that made them unstoppable. 41 wins without him. And a team that suddenly looks human with him. So I'll ask again, why does Jayson Tatum still start? Here's the truth nobody wants to say out loud. The Boston Celtics built something extraordinary this season, something that doesn't happen in the NBA, a team that lost its best player and didn't collapse. They didn't rebuild, they didn't tank, they didn't make excuses. They won 41 times without him. And now, Tatum is back, the playoffs are here, and Boston has a decision to make that no team has ever had to make quite like this. Do you trust the player who built your legacy, or do you trust the team that proved they don't need him? Because here's what I actually believe. Tatum is still one of the best players on the planet. When healthy, fully healthy, he makes this team better. He makes every team better. But he is not fully healthy right now. 10 months from an Achilles tear, still finding his rhythm, still rebuilding his explosiveness, still becoming Jayson Tatum again. And the Celtics are going into the playoffs with a question mark at the most important position, their own franchise player. Drop a comment right now, Celtics with Tatum or without, because I genuinely want to know what you think. The comment section on this one is going to be insane. So let me close this out. Jaylen Brown proved he's a franchise player. Pritchard proved he belongs in the conversation for best backup point guard in the league. And Derek White proved that the most valuable player isn't always the most famous one. But Tatum is back, and Boston needs him to be great. Not good, not okay, not almost there. If the Celtics win the championship this year, nobody will remember the 41 wins. They'll only remember the ring. If you made it this far, you already know more about the Celtics than 99% of NBA fans. Subscribe to the Sports Pal, because while everyone else is chasing highlights, we're finding the stories nobody wants to tell. Until next time, see y'all soon.